Hello, hello.
Okay, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes. There we
Okay.
go.
I am currently running a bath.
Wait, are you
uh,
running a bath? You're running a bath? No joking.
yeah,
Do you want to, my partner is just running a bath as well. It's really funny.
I have a very stressful life. By doing nothing.
It's
It's too
bath time.
stressful.
Apparently, it's bath time.
It
So,
is, and I can't find my earphones, and there'll be reverb of like you talking. This came through like a phone call. I thought this was important. It's just you. I'm joking. I am blessed with your presence, sir. Presents, not presents. I mean, if
no,
you got presents too, I'll accept them.
of course, life is a gift, right?
Yes, life is a gift. I've got the receipt. I want to return it, but I can't.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I swear, you're like the genie of the lamp, mate. Anyway,
How?
it's just appearing like that, and then disappearing and then appearing again.
But no. It came through like a phone call. Like it was like you were calling me.
Well, I was going through look, first of all, nobody knows how the Anchor application fully works. Right, trust me, I'm a member of the Anchor community online. Nobody knows how the bloody system works. Secondly, I forgot what the second point was. Anyway, it's insane. The whole thing is insane. Nobody.
Yeah,
Oh, no one's.
I need to get my recording cupboard.
Oh yeah, lock yourself in a cupboard with cushions and a teddy bear.
Yes, exactly. I used to have so I used to live stream on YouTube, just gaming. But we're moving house, and I had to remove like all the reverb stuff from my wall. Dude, it's horrible. It looks horrible. It's all like never put up like that sort of stuff. What to do is glue it to a corkboard, hang the corkboard on the wall. Never put it directly on the wall. It is it's the worst thing ever.
That's like a music studio kind of thing, right?
Yeah, well, that's what a lot of like YouTubers use, and like I was having a really bad reverb problem. I had a great camera, I had a great mic, and it was all like great, apart from like the audio. You know what I mean?
Well, there's always something, isn't it? The moment you get the camera right, the audio screws up. The moment you get the audio right, the camera goes down, or it's Murphy's law, right? It's Murphy's law. It's just something's gonna screw up somewhere along the line somewhere. I mean, that's life, right? I'll tell you the second thing. I remember the second thing now. It's like notice how Facebook don't have any instructions. Have you noticed? There's no fucking. It's like they just change shit, and then people are like, "What the fuck did they do? Oh my god!" Right?
YouTube is the absolute worst for that. So
I got a strike today. From YouTube for a video that I put up 4 years ago.
Dude, no, bro. Like I'm quite offensive. Like I wasn't offensive with you. I'm not gonna put this anywhere, so that's fine. You can do what you want with this. But I'm just saying, I'm quite offensive. I have a lot of political views that people don't agree with. Right?
Well, the whole point is not to have this exactly the same opinion as other people, isn't it? I mean, that would just be boring.
Yeah, no, of course. And it's my delivery.
Oh, you say what you think, and people get pissed off.
Well, no, I don't say what I think. I go to the complete extreme of what I think, and that delivers my point. Because if I say what I want, someone's going to pick it. Someone's going to call me sexist, racist, a homophobe, whatever, right? They're going to call me that anyway, because I'm right of center, right? I'm just slightly right of center. So if they're going to call me that anyway, well, I may as well just go to the complete extreme. There's some things I won't say out like just disrespectful, but like I'll go completely to like the extreme that beliefs that I don't even hold, and it's like more for satire, really.
Well, it's a thought experiment, isn't it? I mean, you're putting yourself in a position that you're not actually in, just to see what would happen if you were actually in that position, right?
Yeah, like I've shouted "fuck poor people" on stream, right? Because I was talking about how I hate socialism and how it's damaging, right? And it is like if you read a lot of economics books, like I do, because I have no life. If you do that, like if you actually look into economics, a lot of the things put in place by the government to help poor people doesn't actually help poor people. It actually.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. You know, there's a lot of shit. The goddamn shit just don't work, right?
Yeah. There's only one part of socialism that I'm kind of like, no, what? That's fair enough. I think that should be a human right, and I think that should be provided for me. I think that's what I should pay tax towards, and that's healthcare. That's the only really thing that I care about, that I go, you know what, that's where I'm socialist on. Now, I know that healthcare in a capitalist society is better, and it's much, much better, but I don't believe in the sort of health system in the UK. I think it should be a bit of I think it should be 40% NHS and 60% privatized. That's how the hospital should be. So,
you know, you remind me of the guy from this. Is it the Scottish Liberty podcast or the Scottish Libertarian podcast? I can't remember.
I don't know, but if they're Scottish, they're probably a fucking communist. No, it's like, hey, do you want no free speech and free shit? Or do you want no free speech and a little bit less free shit?
Look, I just
like, you know.
Okay, look, I'm Scottish to the core, whatever that means. I don't even know what the fuck that means.
No, I love our culture. I love like, you know, I love heroin. You know. I'm joking.
Sorry, I missed that. I missed that. The kids are screaming at each other. Hold on a sec.
Sorry.
What's going on? What? Is it a spider? It's a spider. It said that she got a piece of toilet paper stuck to her foot. You can't write this shit.
Yeah, I was ready for you to do.
No, what was I've lost the thread. What's going on? What are we talking about?
So when you say sorry, the kids are screaming, give me a second. If I was in your position, I would have screamed, do you want me to get out of the belt again? Just because I'm on the card. Do you know what I mean? Just make it seem like you're just a horrible person. But then do you know what I mean? That's kinda how I roll. If you know what I mean. Well, I like to be overly offensive. Like it's just the way I roll.
There's a time and a place where it's perfectly okay, and there's a time and a place where it doesn't benefit you.
Yeah, of course. I would just give you an example of where because I wouldn't see, when I have children, they're gonna know that I'm a jokester. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I get it. I got to share something with you, right? Just to share something with you, just about extremes and stuff. Okay, so I left Scotland many years ago, and I'm now in Slovakia, which is Central Europe, right? And I just for a couple of years I lived in a little village in the mountains, right? And they have these local elections, and 80% of the people voted for the Communist Party. That's not a joke. Right?
Oh no! Wait, but wasn't Slovakia like a part of communism, like a part of the what you call it? It
is. I mean, nothing's fucking changed. Right?
No, Slovakia might be the only exception, but I know a lot of ex-communist countries are quite right-wing now. They're quite, we've done that before, let's not do that again. Like, you know.
Well, it's a pendulum, isn't it? So,
yeah. I always, you know how people talk about the horseshoe? where you go too far left, you're actually closer to right than, like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah.
I don't believe that at all.
Well, I don't know if it makes it. I've heard of it, but I don't. I've never thought of does that make sense or not. I've never actually.
Well,
oh, 1 second. I have to kill a spider. Wait a minute.
all right.
Where's the spider? It's tiny. Can you be scared of it? Look, I've put it on the. Look, do I have to kill it? Can I not just Can I remove it from the room? Because I don't want to. Look, if I just dropped it in the toilet. Oh fuck. Oh, that's not good. Wait a sec. It's running away. Oh fuck. Oh, I have to fucking kill it. It doesn't want to be picked up. Oh, no, there you go. Right, it's crushed. There you go. It's dead. Is everybody happy now? The spider's dead. Not another one. You're making it up. That was the only spider, and I've killed it. It's dead. It's gone to meet its maker. It's in spider heaven. There's not. You're mentioning it. There's not another spider.
You have a spider problem.
I've got an invisible spider problem. It's not even a real spider.
When you say invisible, do you mean invasion? You have an invasion of spiders. I know nothing about. I know nothing about Slovakia, so you could tell me that their national animal is the spider.
They're a protected species.
Story about their king. Yeah, it's a protected species. That's why you were so scared to kill it, because the Gestapo would just come in and send you off to the gulag if you killed the spider.
Yeah, so it'd be straight to the gulag, but they'll have the spider inspectors coming round, right?
Yeah, spider inspectors.
To count them all. make sure they're all still here. Bastards. Right. Okay. The paint. Anyway, never mind. No, never mind. Sorry about that. The horseshoe. You just look. I haven't thought about that. That you're so far left that you're right.
Basically, the argument is made. The argument is made by the left. It's only the left that make this argument, or the uninformed right. Basically, people can't stand the fact that the Nazis were left wing. People can't stand the fact that the Nazis were right wing, left wing, and they can't call it right wing.
Isn't it just an insult?
Yeah, that's
someone. If you say to someone, "You're so far left, you're right," isn't that just like you're?
No. It's more. It's basically my problem with it is
it doesn't mean anything at all. Is it just one like a phrase that doesn't actually mean anything? It's like
no.
It's so much an apple that it's a banana. I mean,
no, it's more like their idea is if you go so far left that you pass socialism, then you go on to communism.
Mm-hmm.
After communism, you just end up at fascism, and in this sort of like made up world, fascism is a right wing thing, but fascism isn't right wing; it's apolitical. Fascism, like the Nazis were fascists, right? Fascist comes from the word faggot, right? Faggot, all that means is a bundle of sticks. The idea is you're stronger together as a bundle of sticks. It's collectivism. Collectivism is a left-wing thing, but fascism can be used on any side, right? That's all it is. I believe in individuality. I believe in small government, and I believe that I don't believe in cartels or monopolies. No, a cartel is just a group of people who like drive up prices because they're the only people in there, and then you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, they get together and agree the minimum price, or they're all going to offer the same price, and there's nobody else that you can buy from. Basically, I get it. Yeah.
But the problem is you cannot have the government break down monopolies or cartels because they actually do it wrong, right? For example, there was a case, anti-monopoly case on Microsoft. They were shipping their their Microsoft computers with like an editing software, or no, a video watching software or something. And they're like, no, you control too much of the market, and you're trying to invade this market. We're not allowing you to do that, which I don't believe in. I just believe that companies should not conspire to like push down, the people who like their customers, and that's it. And then for that, I'll be called right wing. I love the rich, Nazi. This is the new thing, right?
Oh, it's emotional arguments, isn't it? I mean,
yeah, it is. What they'll do is they'll say, "You are alt-right." What is alt-right? Basically a Nazi. Oh, also they say it's okay to punch a Nazi. So when you're called alt-right, what are they saying? They're saying it's okay to punch you. You are inhuman. You are less than a human. You are a Nazi. Now, what did the Nazis do? It's okay to kill them. They are rats. They are Jews. They are not human. So it's like, by calling me a Nazi and using this sort of rhetoric, you're doing exactly what the Nazis did.
Oh yeah. I get the point. It's like it's doublethink, right? It's doublethink. It's just trying to confuse you so much by being the very thing that you say that you're not, right?
Exactly.
And it's designed to cause this cognitive failure in a person's brain, so that they just give in and just, oh, okay, whatever, you can have it, you can make it. Yeah. I noticed about a month ago that a third of the price of a computer is the actual Windows that's in the computer here. I don't know if it's the same in every country, but I was looking. I was like a third of the price, and sometimes a bit more than that.
The software is very valuable. If you know what I mean, like a computer without the software, it's like,
oh yeah,
point. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you imagine that software that hasn't changed for so long, and hardware that is constantly being upgraded. That the hardware would be the expensive part.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if people agreed that the hardware was more expensive, the thing is, hardware it takes less people. It takes the people to invent it, and then you just got the factories, right? The thing is, with the software, you got the people who invent it, and then you got the people who fix it, and fix it, and fix it, and update it, and fix it, and update it, and fix it, and all of that. I think it's the man-hours that go into it. Like a perfect story, I don't know if it's true or not, it's kind of like, those like fairy tales. They tell you there's a message in the story. Just listen.
Yeah, I get it. You still there?
Right? Or no, okay. No, not a very cultured person, but they're really talented, super talented. And he's like, "Oh, draw a picture of me." Guy draws it, and it's done within 5 minutes. And he's like, "Okay, that's $100." And the guy's like, "Well, it only took you 5 minutes, but I like the picture. It's worth $100." Gives him it. The artist replies, 5 minutes and 25 years, right? He spent 25 years honing these skills. He hasn't just been at it for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of why the software is so expensive. It's because it's been constantly worked on, updated, reached. Like, think how many people they have to employ. They have to employ the people who make it, the people who do the artwork, the design, people who optimize, the people to hack into it so they can see where the exploits are and fix it. This is a high-paying job because it's a big skill. Factory workers, they're not as skilled as coders, right? They're not in high demand.
It's it's the robots, basically.
Yeah, like if everyone could code, I guarantee you that the software would be so much cheaper. Actually, it would be cheaper for two reasons. They're cheaper to employ, and there would be more competition, right?
Yeah, that makes
more
sense.
people are electricians, the encoders. Like I know basic electronics, right? I have a soldering kit like just across the room. It's not hard. Like you can make computers and all of that. Like you could make your own computer easily. Like I know, like you seem intelligent. You seem like you can focus on stuff. If you dedicated 6 months of your life to learning how to like make a computer and all that, you could probably make a computer. Maybe not a good one, but you can make one with just bits and bobs.
Yeah, it would be an interesting, experiment to go down that road. Hey, put out your podcast and your where people can find you. Don't know if this is going to go out or if we're going to do something with this, but put out the connections and the contact details.
Oh, by the way, could I ask you, the episode with me, you, and a different guy? I put a different guy in it because I like the idea of having like two conversations. And they're both about motivation. It should be kind of, you know what I mean? I think you'd enjoy it. You can skip the part with you in it if you want, because a lot of people don't like hearing their own voices. But you're a podcaster, so I don't know. So, yeah, guys, actually, you know what? Go check that out. My podcast is The PAP and the People. My Twitter is just @PAP_people, PAP, and then just people spelled normally. And yeah, that's it. Graham, thanks for having me. We need to have a conversation where I'm actually prepared, and I'm in Molyneux recording coverage.
Thanks for ranting away about stuff that you know and what's on your mind. That's really cool. Hey, you know what's bugging me? What is the PAP? Help me out.
The PAP. Okay, so
what is that?
It's basically I won't do that. I was gonna say so. Basically, it's and then hang up. But I won't do that.
That would have been semi-funny.
There was a song made by, I forgot who it was. I think it was Jason Derulo and Kanye West or something a while back. And it talks about like how like the paparazzi love them and hate them at 1 minute. And like, do you know what I mean? They love them 1 minute and they hate them the other.
PAP is paparazzi.
PAP is short for paparazzi, but it doesn't mean I take pictures of people, right? It basically means you'll love me 1 minute and you'll hate me the next. And actually, I created that name probably, I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old when I started going by the PAP. And it was just a joke name and all of that. And it kind of just stuck. And the meaning behind it, which I derived when I was 12, because if you look at the song, it's like that. It's quite far along. It's quite a long time ago. Something like Golden Chalice or something like that. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, that's where it's derived from. And you're the first person I told you, so you can comment. You can title this. Why is the PAP called the PAP? We find out, and they got to listen to the whole thing. So
Because like a cliffhanger, it's all at the end, right?
Yes, exactly. Like a YouTube video. The thing in the thumbnail is either at the very end or not in it at all.
Yeah, it's the catch. It's the catch and everything. Hey, man, have a great rest of the evening where you are, and enjoy it. Don't spend too long in there.
Oh no, I spend hours in the bath. I listen to audiobooks in the bath.
Okay, don't drop them. Okay. Okay, we'll be in touch again. Yeah, you stay cool. And, dude, done. Have a good one, mate. Take it easy.
See you later, bro.